Good morning. I'm Charles Williams. I'm a professor of visual art here at ASU. For those of you who might not recognize me without paint all over me, I'm Chaz. It's a great honor to welcome you all here to celebrate the new Fine Arts Center at the new Albany State University. Please note that we will follow the schedule as listed in the program. At this time, I would like to recognize all the dignitaries and elected officials who have joined us today. Please stand. I'd also like to recognize the cultural institutions in the town of Albany that do so much for us, and that it's always a pleasure to work with. The Civil Rights Institute, the Albany Museum of Art, the Arts Council, Bernatiska and the River Aquarium, Albany Symphony, thank you. That was on here. I would also like to recognize President Dr. Arthur Dunning and his wife Karen Dunning. Thank you for all you've done for us. We'd also like to thank the architects and the builders and the custodial crews and facility management for making and keeping this place beautiful. Thank you to the University System of Georgia, our administration and faculty, and most of all the students and alumni. Thank you to everyone who has made this possible. Many might look at this building and see dollar signs or square footage or steel and glass bricks. But I assure you it's about people. It's about relationships, it's about community, it's about growing together. So thank you again for everyone who's made this possible for us. It's greatly appreciated. To open our ceremony, please enjoy a performance by the ASU dance program directed by Dr. Elizabeth Delancey. Thank you, that was wonderful. Art is a celebration, as you just witnessed. I've taught here for 14 years now. It doesn't really seem like that, but I've been here for a while, and so many people have come into my life. People like Jesse Walker, Rosemarie Mundy Shepherd, and Arthur Berry left a lasting impression on me. And, this is where we're going to honor them. So now I'm honored to introduce our speakers, the people from whom I'm still learning. First, I'd like to invite Dr. Ronnie George, the Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities, to the podium. And following Dr. George, we will hear from LaDiamond Lett from the Department of Visual and Performing Arts, or as we call it, VPA at ASU. Dr. George.
Good morning. Good morning. President Dunning, distinguished guests, students, colleagues, friends. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you this morning. It It is my distinct pleasure and honor to welcome each one of you to the Fine Arts Center ribbon cutting ceremony and dedication of the Arthur Berry Art Gallery and Leroy Bynum Recital Hall. I bring greetings on behalf of the entire faculty, staff, and students who are beyond excited to call this beautiful building their home. I also extend a warm welcome to you on behalf of the entire Albany State University family. Many individuals have supported, guided, and worked tirelessly from the very beginnings, and today all the years of dreaming and imagination became reality. I thank everyone, some who share the platform with me, and several members of the ASU extended family here and elsewhere who have made what we celebrate today possible. Albert Einstein once said, "I'm enough of an artist to draw freely on my imagination, which I think is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited, imagination encircles the world." Our collective imagination encircled beyond Albany, Georgia, to make this dream a reality. Now, as we walk down the hallways of the Fine Arts Center, we will see the imaginations of our students encircle the world right here, beginning right here at Albany State University. What is so special about the Fine Arts Center is that in this building, poetry, literature, and languages converge in an explosion of music, art, and drama, which then intersects with a dialogue about history, democracy, and policy, all working together towards amazing performances, discoveries, creations, and masterpieces. I would like to conclude by saying that I hope that this Fine Arts Center will serve as a testament that the arts and humanities are a crucial part of the intellectual fabric of Albany State University. Let me welcome you once again. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is LaDiamond Lett, and I am a graduating theater major here at Albany State University. In the fall of last year, I was honored to speak at the groundbreaking ceremony of the new Fine Arts Center. I watched proudly as state and university representatives alike turned over dirt in promise of what this building would mean to fine arts majors like myself. Moreover, this building worked to fulfill the Albany State promise, an oath this university provides to each student, potential realized. I stand here equally as proud to share that this building surpasses all that one could hope or dream as a fine arts major like myself. This state-of-the-art learning facility provides students with an undeniable opportunity to learn, grow, and successfully tackle everyday curriculum. Each room was skillfully designed to fit the needs of each and every major and educator. While we will always miss our beloved Hawley Hall, we are thankful to those who worked so hard to provide us with a space that will continue to fulfill ASU's overarching and ever-present promise, allowing our true potential to be realized. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. George and Ms. Lett. Now it is my privilege to introduce some more of our family and extended family, beginning with the District 12 Senator, the Honorable Freddie Powell Sims, to be followed by Mr. Christopher Cohilas, the Chairman of the Dougherty County Commission. I understand that our Executive Vice President, Mrs. Marion Fedrick, is having some issues getting here, so we will let her come up if she gets here on time. Senator.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm a woman of few words, those of you that know me. Thank you, Dr. Dunning, for your tenacious work, and we've finally done it. I would like to express appreciation to my legislative delegation, Representative Dukes, Representative Elam, and Representative Green. Above all, I would like to express sincere appreciation to the Lieutenant Governor and Governor Nathan Deal, who never ever gave up on this project. They understood that it was not only to be a part of the campus, but a part of the community. This building belongs to Albany, Georgia, Dougherty County. And as I leave the podium, I hope that this building will stand the test of time and bring lots of joy and entertainment and solace to this community. Thank you very much.
Mr. Cohilas.
Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. Today is a great day. On behalf of the Dougherty County Board of Commissioners, I want to thank you all for being here. President Dunning, Dr. Dunning, my friend, faculty, staff, Senator, members of the delegation, members of the community, Chamber, Economic Development Commission, everyone. This was a project that the entire community and its representative leaders worked towards. Senator Freddie Powell Sims worked tirelessly on this. I also want to thank the state, the Chancellor, the Board of Regents, and also the Governor. When you look at investment of this type and its importance, it is really critical to a community, and the Senator touched on that. It's not just about teaching students, it's also an investment in community. And when you look at successful cities and towns across the country and across the world, there is a unique relationship between its cultural footprint, its relationship with the arts, and the people that live within the community. This is a tremendous asset. It's not just dollars and cents, it's an investment in our cultural footprint here in Dougherty County. And the Dougherty County Board of Commissioners believes very strongly in affirming partnerships within the community to make sure that we grow together as a whole community. And the partnerships between Dougherty County and Albany State have been strong and will continue to be strong. And I'm very pleased to see some of the announcements that we've had this past year, whereby we will actually connect Albany State to the downtown of Albany, Dougherty County, Georgia, by physically building a trail for students to walk to and from downtown. And I say that to say this: I'm very happy, and Dougherty County is very pleased with this investment, but we're more pleased and excited to see the products of this investment. For all the students that will learn here and become trained here, learn how to paint, to sing, to do the various and sundry many talented things that contribute to the cultural fabric of a community, we are excited about them coming and bringing that into our downtown, becoming part of the community, seeing those students learn here, develop their talents here, and create the masterpieces of tomorrow here in our community so that they can be showcased here in our community. I really look forward to the day that we see Albany State students' art featured in our art museum downtown. Those are the partnerships that build a community. This is a fantastic day. We thank you all for being here. Thank you.
I wanted to mention, following the ribbon cutting, we'll be dedicating our art gallery and performance space, which are located just inside the foyer here. And following that, please feel free to explore our downstairs art and performance spaces. Members of the ASU Concert Chorale have very graciously volunteered to serve as tour guides too. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Keith Berry and Mr. Kevin Berry, sons of Sylvia Berry and the late Arthur Berry, followed by Dr. Marcia Hood, our chairperson of the Department of Visual and Performing Arts. And following Dr. Hood, we will hear from Mr. John Abbott from Stevens and Wilkinson Architecture, Engineering, Interiors of Atlanta, who has been with us every step of the way. Kevin. Hey guys. Excuse me.
Good afternoon, good morning, actually. I'm really excited to be here this morning. In particular, as we're both standing here, I want to take a jab at my brother. Since I am the youngest, I get to speak first. I've been doing that a while. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Dunning and his wife Karen for being so gracious to our family. I'd also like to thank my mom and dad's church members, many of those who are present this morning. There are so many friends and family who are here as well. In addition to the students, faculty, and staff of Albany State University. Very quickly, I just want to share with you a few remembrances I have of my father and Albany State. As a young child, I had the best art projects in Dougherty County. There was a rock polishing machine in the art department, and I had polished rocks to take to school. And one project in particular, my dad helped me make an entire village, little houses made out of cardboard. It was an entire village. It was beautiful. But my mother was terrified because the cardboards happened to come from the local liquor store. She didn't want bourbon to be on the side of one of the houses. But nevertheless, I had all these experiences with my father. They were wonderful memories. And one of the things I really want to let you know is how much he loved Albany State University. Now, I understand Albany State has had a pretty good season thus far, and I believe the stands are rather full because we're winning. But I remember my father standing there when we weren't always winning. He would stay to the end of the game singing the school song, and we did not leave. I know because I wanted to get another Jimmy hot dog. I was ready to go. But he would stay to the end, always, hand over his heart, as they sang the alma mater for Albany State University. He loved the school. He put his pride, his family, and that love into the school. And he was a bridge builder. As a visual artist, a young man who always enjoyed art, met his wife in college, historically black college by the name of Fisk University, Nashville, Tennessee. My father got a chance to study under one of the greatest artists, visual artists by the name of Aaron Douglas. Historically black colleges like Albany State University have always been open to everyone. And even during the days of segregation, one of the things that could bring people together was always the arts. Talented people knew other talented people, and they respected that. And so Albany State University, as you move forward into the future, and the gallery, and the artwork, and the visual arts, theater, dance, music, all of the things that will be created here will be something that will enhance our humanity together. And it's something my father spent his whole life doing. I want to thank all of you all for coming this morning. I know it's a bit breezy and chilly, but it's a beautiful morning here at Albany State University. Kevin?
Well, I have to write mine since I'm older, and I can't speak extemporaneously like that. Once again, good morning to everyone. Thank you all for being here. I was just trying to figure out what was the best way to attempt to pay homage to my father, Arthur Berry, on this such an auspicious occasion. For in fact, my father was the kind of man for whom accolades, awards, Recognition of distinctions and such were the very furthest things from his mind. He was resolutely and quintessentially consumed with art, the study of it, discerning the nature of it, the expression of it, the imparting of his knowledge of it to others. He was the very embodiment of the essence of art, expression, interpretation, manifestation, presentation, study, curiosity, design, experimentation, exploration. I could go on, but hopefully you get the drift. My father and mother together created a world which engendered the same appetite and openness, curiosity, study, expression, and so on within my brother and me. And now, to be here present, to bear witness to this ceremonial enshrinement of my father's name and legacy in the naming of this gallery is to simply acknowledge this event as another milestone and what I believe for him would be his only wish for an ongoing legacy. That this space will continue to serve art and encourage those who come here to study art and to function as a catalytic environment that incubates and nurtures the seeds of creativity, exploration, expression, presentation, and so on. And to the extent that this gallery will provide a magnificent exhibition space to further and enhance those goals, I believe my father would be extremely proud and happy indeed. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Marcia Hood, and I serve as department chair of the Department of Visual and Performing Arts here at Albany State University, and I served as the last chair of the building committee for this magnificent facility. I am so excited I can't wait to show you what this building has to offer to our students, to our faculty, to our community, and to Southwest Georgia. It is a pleasure to share as we dedicate spaces, especially the Arthur Berry Art Gallery. Now it is my distinct honor to announce the dedication of another space in this facility in honor of one who spent many, many, many years in pursuit of this fine arts center. He is certainly a champion of the arts in my eyes and in the eyes of those of the arts community. He is a performing artist, a professor of music. He served as Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities here at Albany State University, and Dean of Arts and Humanities and Provost at St. Rose University in New York. He is currently the Dean of the College of Arts at Portland State University. My mentor and my friend worked diligently outlining Albany State's desire and need for this fine arts center, chairing the building committee, working with the architects on many revisions of the plans, even showing several revisions of the plans at several faculty staff conferences. Because of his advocacy, dedication, and relentless pursuit of this fine arts facility, Albany State honors him by naming the rehearsal recital space the Leroy E. Bynum Recital Hall. Leroy could not be with us this morning, but he sent his warmest regards and his sincerest thanks to Dr. Dunning for making that space happen and making this building happen and insisting that Leroy has a mark forever on this building. Thank you.
This is John Abbott.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a short story to tell you. Years ago, my mom and dad lived in a house in North Florida and out in the woods on about 1 acre.
My mother was an avid gardener, and my dad decided to build a greenhouse. Well, it took him a lot longer than he thought it would to build a greenhouse. 6 months, 7 months went by, still no greenhouse. But finally, it was finished. And I went to pay him a visit. Come on, I'll give you a tour. Well, by any measure, this was a very modest greenhouse, more like a gardening shed. But it was all done by his own hand, and it was, you could see the materials very plainly, the plexiglass, little corrugated sheets that let the sunlight in. And over the front door, over the gable that made the greenhouse, he had made a sign, carved out of the wood, letters. And the sign simply said, "At last." What do you think? It's great, Dad. I can tell that this has been a great labor of love. By the way, what are you going to grow in this greenhouse? And that's my question today. What is Albany State going to grow in this greenhouse? I suspect I know the answer. It will be a new generation of great musicians, artists, artisans, actors, actresses, playwrights, poets, screenwriters, and perhaps even great new teachers of all those allied arts. Today happens to be my dad's 90th birthday. And this evening, I'll call him and I will tell him that I attended the opening of another new greenhouse. Thank you.
Thank you to all our guests and speakers today. Now we're going to proceed with the ribbon cutting, followed by the dedications. Dr. Federick. I jumped the gun there. We're going to hear from our Executive Vice President, Mrs. Marion Federick.
Good morning. On behalf of Chancellor Wrigley, I bring his regrets for not able to be here this morning. He is actually traveling today and wasn't able to make it. So on behalf of Dr. Wrigley, Chancellor Wrigley, as well as the Board of Regents, I bring you their greetings. This Fine Arts Center has been a big wish for Albany State for many years. So that wish has come true. We are very excited about it at the system office, and we're glad that this has finally happened. Pretty much like we're building a new Albany State, this new building with all of the new programs, the new campus environment that it's going to bring to this campus, we're excited about it. We're excited to be a part of it. We're excited that you are a part of it. And we're excited to be a part of this new vibe, as one of our students had mentioned, a new vibe at Albany State University. We are looking forward to this new programming. We're looking forward to all of the new classes and all of the new students that will be a part of this program. So on behalf of the Chancellor and the Board of Regents, I bring you greetings and thank you for having us here today.
Thank you, Mrs. Federick. Now I'd like to introduce our President, Dr. Arthur Dunning.
Thank you very much. Much has already been said about this building today. But one of the things that I think about as I listen to the comments, especially from Arthur Berry's sons, is the sort of generational impact people can have on each other. And when I chose to do this job in 2013, I had a few things on my mind, having done some research on Albany State, having come down in 1994 when it was flooded. I asked the Chancellor what his top priority was for this campus. And I was able to have those to match with mine, because the thing that was at the top of my list was this facility. Because I had looked around and thought about the pent-up aspirations and had heard about how long this had been ongoing. So when he said, I can tell you at the top of the list, without me telling him mine, he said, it's a new facility for Albany State, the Fine Arts Building. He said, if you go down there, I'll help you with that. So this building has had a lot of help publicly as well as privately. I want to thank our students, our faculty, our staff, and our alums for the role that they've played in this process. But let me say something about the Arthur Berry Art Gallery. There are many people I've met in my lifetime along this journey, but there are two people that are very special. That's Arthur and Sylvia Berry. I've spent a lot of time in their home. And one of the things that I noticed about the two of them is they had a gift. And that gift was an enduring relationship. Not many people get a chance to experience that. And he would sit in his chair and reminded me of my childhood, because between the two of them, it was the conversation, it was the unstated words, it was the glances at each other, and it was the kindness and generosity they displayed toward one another. It always struck me because we live in a culture of excessive things, and what they did was pretty simple and passionate about each other, two people who were deeply caring about each other. So Sylvia, I really thank you for allowing me to come into your space, into Arthur Berry's space. And finally, Keith talked about the boxes that he used. And Sylvia always made sure he had his favorite drink in his hands. And as I recall, those boxes may have had at one point something in them. Because I enjoyed that as well. So I want to thank them for what they've done. But you heard our dean talk about this facility. I'm not part of an experience where I send a tweet every morning or I send something on Facebook. I'm part of an experience where I look at intergenerational consequences. And when I look at this building, long after I'm gone, long after many of you here will have left the scene, there will be an Arthur Berry Art Gallery, there will be a Fine Arts Center, there will be a Leroy Bynum Recital Hall. It is something unique about what human societies do when they celebrate how people impact all of us. And I would say to the Albany community, people who know me and know me well, you heard Chris Cohilas talk about this. The future of this campus and the future of Albany, Georgia is deeply connected. Whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not, you're going to have to figure out the synergy between this campus and this community. Communities around the world, and I've been to many world capitals and also many places around this country. When a university or a college can get deep synergy with the community, good things happen. And perhaps one of the best places for that to happen is in the arts. Arts represent the highest order of things about us as human beings. So I thank those of you who've caught the understanding of this and been helpful in us navigating through a new view of the future for Southwest Georgia and Albany, Georgia. Not everybody's been happy about that. Let's be honest about that. But I will say to you, without any equivocation, that the future of this city and the future of this university, they're deeply tied. The last point I would make is around economic development. We have to use our universities across this nation in ways to enhance the economic and well-being of our citizens. This building here is well positioned to have space that can be used by the arts community in Albany as well as the business community. If the chamber has a need to have strategic planning, this facility is open. And I would like to have a sign up there on that door. We won't put it, but this place is open for business for all citizens in this community. And let me close by thanking our legislative delegation and our local leaders. But I especially want to thank Senator Sims. Senator Sims is very directive in her comments to me. She tells me, don't say too much about this and say about this. What I love about her is because she is always passionate about giving other people credit. That's what is behind what she says. Make sure that there's not too much focus in one area. But this building would not happen without a handful of people. I have never worked so hard in my life than to get this facility here in Albany, Georgia. It has been one tenacious, hard job. The reason for that is not because it was not needed, it's because there are a lot of demands for state dollars. So you need very passionate leaders like Senator Sims and others who really understand how to speak on behalf of their community. I thank you for being here today. For me, this is a complete celebration of a long journey that we've taken. But at the end of the day, it's not about me, you, it's about these students that you saw up here in the dance. That's what this whole facility is about, is educating the next generation of students. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Dr. Dunning, and all our speakers. If we could give everybody one more round of applause. Now for the best part, we're going to cut this ribbon of your and our new fine arts facility.
And it is my pleasure to dedicate this space to Arthur Eric Bennett.